The ratings just came in for last month. We are number one. We just grabbed every key demographic.
Super duper, Gabe. Yeah. Super duper.
That's nice. Way to go. Neato, Gabe.
Yes. Boy, that is good news.
A lot of times on Fridays, you roll in around 7 o'clock, except for the Charge Challenge, right?
Yeah.
This is your normal kind of welcome to the Power Trip Morning Show.
Yes.
For the rest of us, this 7 to 9 stuff is the best.
Amazing.
It's amazing. Why don't we decide to do this all the time? What if we go down, I mean, nobody's working today, but what if we go down to the offices after the show's over and just say, we want to permanently do 7 to 9? That's what the Power Trip started as.
Yeah, why don't we go back to that?
Let's go back to 7 to 9. This hour and a half of the show is never good. Ever. Let's just do a really good 2 hours instead of a kind of bad 3.5. Make sense?
Yeah, quality over quantity. I like it. I like
7 to 9. We sleep in. We're happier. We have more time to prep.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm sure we would maximize that extra time.
All of it. We would maximize all of it.
But how would Sauce do without going to sleep at 8 o'clock?
Yeah, well, I just sleep longer.
No, that's true.
Yeah.
Well played. Well played.
Or he could watch a little bit more of the game before he went to bed because he'd have an extra hour and a half.
There
so
you
he could
go.
watch maybe until 8:20.
Yeah,
and then tap out.
I watched all the football game last night.
Is that right?
Yeah, man. Why didn't we sign Joe Flacco?
I mean, at the time, was there any reason to think he was going to be better than Dobbs or Hall or Mullins?
No, but
He's on fire.
They can win a playoff game or two.
Well, yeah,
they're a Super Bowl team.
There's one thing to be said about true experience, and Flacco at least has true experience as a number one. There's all kinds of that he can lean on in that position.
Who needs experience when you got Jaron Hall? Let's go.
Man. I'm glad
the
made
Vikes
that
did the right
switch.
thing, man.
Yeah.
Jaron Hall starting Sunday Night Football. Chris is not here today, by the way. We'll do the 2-hour show without him. He'll hopefully be back on Tuesday. No Power Trip morning show on Monday because of New Year's. But everything else today is normal. Marney should be here shortly. Big win for the Wolves last night. We'll play initials at 8:15. What are we at? 496. I think it's game 496.
We're creeping up on half a century. They're 500.
Well, that's
that's more than half a century.
And it's one of the reasons we
That's half a ton. I mean, a quarter
half
ton.
a something. Half a something.
That was a callback to yesterday.
Oh.
Yeah, 496 because we wanted 500 to be a day that you were here, but if we would have taken today off, then I believe 500 is when you're on your honeymoon.
Yes.
That wouldn't work.
So we're like, we need Sauce here for game 500.
You got to have the saucy.
And that's why we settled on 7 to 9. This is a day
like
we were
it.
going to take off. Let's not do 5:30 to 9. It's a nightmare.
What I like about 7 to 9 is I actually got here on time for the first time ever.
You were here before the show started.
Unbelievable.
Felt weird.
Well,
felt professional for once
Sauce,
in my
how
life.
was your Christmas break?
Yeah. It was amazing. We had a lot of fun, man. Watched a lot of movies. I took...
Any new movies or just Home Alone for the 9,000th
we watched Home Alone,
time?
Christmas Vacation. I watched a lot of football. I liked having the 3 games on Sunday, or on Monday, excuse me. I don't even know what day it is at this point.
Today's Friday.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was great to go up north. We got no snow. It rained from Saturday night until about Tuesday afternoon. It rained for basically 3 days straight, almost 4 days straight up north. But we got a little bit of snow when we left, and then, here I am. It was awesome, man. I loved it. I loved going up there and just taking naps and
There's nothing
eating
like
sweets
Christmas
and
up
getting all
north.
fat and sassy. Yeah.
Christmas up north is the best.
The best. It was super fun. Yeah. My sister had a blast. We had a blast. It was great.
You tweeted a lot, and I felt like it was just aimed at Ben Lieber. You tweeted a lot about Russell Wilson in the last 48 hours.
This team is the favorite landing spot for him.
No.
We have to. I mean, we got to milk that as long as we can, right?
What a nightmare.
Because that's not happening.
Dear
No.
God,
I mean,
no.
yeah.
No.
Did Lieber say? Did Lieber say he'd quit?
He said he didn't want to exaggerate, but he would have to quit.
He would have to quit.
He doesn't.
He
want to
hates
exaggerate.
him.
Hates him.
And he'd have to interview him, and that would be
Make
odd.
him sound good.
Yeah, right.
That would be pretty entertaining, actually, because I don't think Bennett quit.
No, I don't. No, I don't. You don't need the scratch.
Maybe you just fake an illness for 2 to 3 years.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? Step away. Say, I'm not quitting. I'm just stepping away to battle something. Make up a disease.
A not too serious disease. Yeah, exactly. Something will be gone soon.
Or a very serious one that just nobody's ever heard of.
There you go.
And then hope nobody fact checks.
Correct.
And then just as soon as Russell Wilson's career with the Vikings ends, then you just say, magically cured.
Yeah, I'm
ready to go back to work.
Yeah, 100%. Let's
really,
go.
really bummed I missed that Russell Wilson era. It's not going to happen. So they're going to back up the Brinks truck to Kirk, and they're going to pay him money, and it's going to be Kirk Cousins.
But from a gambling standpoint, why do websites offer that? To get you to go to their website to get pub for their, betting.com or whatever? I mean, it's not made up. He's the favorite for a reason. Now he plus 500 or whatever, but still, why do they do that if it's zero chance it's going to happen?
Well, I'm sure it's not zero, but it's probably pretty close to zero. I don't know why we're the favorite. That makes no sense to me.
I don't get it either, but I have to send it to Lieber every time I see it because he hates it. And that's what I'm here for.
But even think about that. Let's just to make the math easy. Let's say something's like 4-1 or 5-1, right? And it's the quote favorite. This is almost like the NBA lottery, where if something is the favorite at around 20% chance of happening, there's still an 80% chance it doesn't.
Good point.
Yeah.
Right. So even if it's the most likely scenario, it's still not very likely. I think it's less than 1 out of 5. I think it's more like 1 out of 100 that he signs here.
I mean, I think they'd go the rookie route before they did that.
I was going to say, if we're going to pick a deteriorating old quarterback, why don't we just draft one one of these days?
Or why don't we just sign Flacco?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why didn't we do that? Correct.
Man, the Browns got in last night.
They're good, man.
37-20. They beat the Jets and clinch a playoff spot. And we mentioned it with Lieber yesterday. The favorite on DraftKings for NFL Coach of the Year is Kevin Stefanski.
And he should be. Hold on. I got a stat here. I know you don't think I do anything, but I got the stat here that I stole from Twitter. Kevin Stefanski now has become the first Browns head coach to lead the team to multiple playoff berths since Marty Schottenheimer, Ben's guy, who led them to 4 straight postseason appearances from 85 to 88. So that's sweet. And they're starting a guy who not more than that, but a month or two ago was on his couch throwing to his brother and his dad. Now here he is, and he's he's going to win fantasy leagues for people. That's how good he's become.
By the way, speaking of, I don't think that you do any work. I meatsauced it hard this morning. Maybe it is because the schedule was different, right? Maybe because it wasn't, I get up at my normal time, I do my normal routine on a Friday, whatever. But so alarm goes off. I'm like, that was nice to sleep in a little.
When'd you wake up?
6.
I woke up at 5:40 for some reason.
Yeah, but still, that's way better than normal.
Way better.
So I got up at 6. I'm like, I got plenty of time. Shower, do this, do that.
Hammer
out yourself. The door. Nope, out the door.
No.
Into the building, sit down here, and I'm like, this is pretty sweet. Loving this. Open up the old backpack. There's the initials game that I had, put in my backpack this morning, the one that I picked out of the 4 that I had done. And then I'm scrolling through about 6 other notebooks for the hour and a half prep that I did last night for the show. Left it at home. So in the last 20 minutes, I basically just did bullet points. So I just basically, what else did I write? Jaron Hall, Wolves, Wild, Thursday Night Football, Mikhail Bridges, just like Chipotle. I literally worked for an hour and a half last night when I was kind of half watching the Wolves game. Left it on my freaking table. I'm blaming the new schedule, but so I meatsauced it. So this is my prep for the day.
That looks great.
The bullet points of what I did at home.
Yeah, all right, sweet. What's the first one you got?
Jaron Hall starting for the Vikings on Sunday.
Do you think if they lose, Tana tweeted this 5 minutes ago, and I think it's funny. Do you think if they lose, that Tanner Morgan starts the following week?
No, you just let Hall do it again, but still.
What number quarterback are we on now?
4.
4? Okay, I can't remember if it was 4 or 5.
4, and he was technically the second one.
Yeah.
Right, because it went Cousins got hurt.
Yeah.
And then Hall started against the Falcons, lasted a quarter and got a concussion. Right. Then Dobbs went in. The Dobbs mania takes over because the rest of that game was insane and super fun. Then Dobbs obviously gets pulled late against Vegas for Nick Mullins. This was all in my notes that I left at my table.
Right.
Good memory.
And now we're going with Hall the rest of the way.
I mean, yeah, they're on
outside
their
of injury.
5th quarterback, 4th.
No, it's 4th.
Yeah, but
how's it 5th?
Well, they've basically gone to Hall twice, so isn't that basically their 5th?
I mean, if you want to nitpick,
See, if you had your notes, you would know the answer.
I think people would still say they're on their 4th quarterback.
Yeah. It's been a weird season, but as we said when he got hurt, that you should not, with your best quarterback having the best season he's ever had, you should not have 7 wins. You've got to give that to the coaching staff. They should not have 7 wins with their wide receivers was hurt. They've had so many injuries, and they might finish the season with 9 wins.
Yeah, that's too many, though.
That's too many.
We just
lose out.
Puts us right in the middle.
Lose out.
Right in the middle.
Remember when Kirk got hurt? Sauce, what did we say? There were about 9 games ago. We said either go 7-2 or 2-7, but nothing in between. And it looks like, right now they're 3-4 in the 7 games that Kirk has not started.
Go 3-6.
Yep.
Don't win on Sunday. It's pointless.
Yeah, I'm in that cave. Do you know? I believe we have a 14% chance.
Well, I think it's Seattle, right? We trail Seattle.
Well, we trail both the Rams and Seattle. If we have to win out and need help from at least one, if not both,
and Seattle
14%
finishes
chance
at home against the Steelers and then at the Cardinals.
Yeah,
they'll win out.
They're in.
And the Rams. Hold on. I mean, the Rams
are Giants, and then the
probably the Niners. Yeah, but the Niners will probably.
Who knows? They might have something to play for still. Yeah. Either way,
no
absolute long shot. Yeah, I think they're going to go 0-2, and I think that's the best case scenario.
That gets you into the top 10, or that gets you 10-ish.
Yeah, right around 10,
which would be great.
All right, Parrish is here. Sauce, I'm going to let you do sports unless you want to run home and get all my notes.
Nope, I got all mine right here. That's how mine are always on my phone.
Smart, Saucy.
Thank you. I was scrolling Twitter last night and saw that the Pistons were up 19.
Yeah, how about that?
And I flipped over to Celtics Pistons.
Was it on ESPN?
No, it was on like NBC Sports Boston or something, but I just did the little voice text into my remote. It was like, Boston Celtics basketball, and boom, there it was. I don't even know what channel I was watching. But I watched most of the second half of that game. That was insane.
Insane.
Okay,
you know the story?
Well, I know Detroit's really, really bad.
So check this out. Detroit, this is spoiling Sauce's notes for next segment.
I think he'll forgive you.
The Pistons had lost 27 consecutive games. They were going for an NBA record 28th. Against the best team in the NBA, the Boston Celtics. The Celtics were 17-point favorites, which is insane.
Yeah.
At one point, the Pistons led by 21, but at halftime it was 19. By the end of the third quarter, it was tied.
Yeah.
Oh, my Lord.
They blew a 19-point lead at half by the end of the third quarter. It was back and forth all fourth.
In 15 minutes?
The Celtics scored 35 and the Pistons scored 16.
Yep. So and then it was back and forth in the fourth, and actually the Celtics blew a late lead. Pistons sent it to overtime, and they lost for the 28th straight time. That is an NBA record. That's what Sauce would have said in the next segment right after.
Radio app, The Fan. It's time for Fan 5 on the Power Trip, presented by All Around Property Preservation.
Fire away.
Hello. The Minnesota Vikings battle the Packers this Sunday at 7:15. Pregame at 5. The Vikings are 2-point favorites, and the over-under is 46.5. The news yesterday, Jaren Hall will start for your Minnesota Vikings, but their injury report is rather long. Jordan Addison and Mekhi Blackmon were both limited. Theo Jackson, Byron Murphy, Jalen Naylor, and Jaquel Roy, they did not practice. Sheldon Day, Troy Dye, and Alexander Madison were limited. But Harrison Phillips, Brian O'Neill, and Ivan Pace Jr. were all full participants. And it's basically, the players are different. It's basically the same thing for the Packers. They're super banged up. So we'll see who they roll out at corner for this team, especially if Mekhi Blackmon and Byron Murphy don't go. It's going to probably be a couple of rookies or people we've never heard of. So it could be very interesting for the Vikings, but they are 2-point favorites on Sunday.
I would argue if Jaren Hall doesn't throw 4 interceptions, we are improving.
Agreed.
Man,
that's really hard to watch.
It is hard to
so
watch.
bad.
Dobbs threw in the month and change that he played. He threw these are in my notes. He threw 56 interceptions, and then Mullins played like 2.5 weeks, and he threw 55 interceptions.
Yeah, I think it's 58.
And it felt that way, 100%.
So, as long as Jaron Hall doesn't do that.
The difference, the weird part about, obviously I would love to have Kirk back, but I'm in the camp that he'll sign somewhere else for a ton of money. But when you watch that pass,
Care to wager, by the way? I think he's staying.
I'll bet on it.
Where's he going to go?
Atlanta.
All right, so I get the Vikes, you get the field.
Yeah, I'll take the field.
What's the wager?
$100
deal.
All right. I just think when you see the difference between a top quarterback like Cousins and the rest of the league, that pass, if Kirk Cousins is standing there in that pocket and JJ is open like he was in the end zone,
Nails
that's
it.
a bullet to him.
That's a game winner.
It's on a rope. It's a game winner.
Nobody contending him as a quarterback.
Correct.
Are you kidding me? That's
Correct.
a layup.
Correct. And Mullins just, basically chucks it in the air like it's 500. So there is that. So, the Packers are also banged up, but it'll be a great game. I don't know if you guys talked about this when I was gone because I don't listen because I was sleeping like Parrish would be.
Amen.
But did you guys discuss at all why this is still the Sunday night game? I don't get that.
This is what Zach knows more than anybody else, but I believe,
Because
Zach, it was just a matter of other networks not wanting to take Vikings-Packers.
Yeah. CBS and Fox pay the NFL a lot of money as well, and part of their deal is being able to hold on to games that they want to broadcast, and so they held on to all the good ones, and so that's how. I mean, this is basically CBS and Fox blackballing NBC is the story of the year of our Lord 2023.
I just think it's weird though, Zacho, that the Dolphins and Ravens playing for maybe the number 1 overall seed. It's 2 of the best teams in the NFL.
Yep,
that's a noon game.
CBS, baby.
But how did CBS not move that to 3? They're all. The Chiefs and Bengals could have played at noon. Nobody cares about that game anymore. I just don't understand how I get. All the inner workings of all this. I just don't understand how that game is at noon.
But look, we should all be excited that it is at 7:15 because Zach wanted to go see some artist at the Fillmore, and now he's stuck working the Vikings.
I heard about that. I heard one of you hopes this game goes to 6 overtimes.
Oh, yeah. Well, and we were laughing that, Brett is thrilled because Brett's a Packers fan.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, it's going to be great. And we're like, that means you didn't have any plans.
Yeah, no.
If you're excited about taking your mom to a Vikings-Packers game on New Year's Eve, that means you had no other options.
Yeah.
Zach is pissed this is a 7:15 game.
Who are you going to go see, Zacho?
They're called the Four on the Floor.
We just heard them, didn't we?
yeah.
They did. So a little
Good old Minnesota band.
closest
Where were
I'll get
they
to hearing
playing?
them. They're playing someplace in Northeast Minneapolis. I
So
can't
not
remember.
the Fillmore.
No.
I met those guys. They're great guys,
Really
by
good.
the way, too. Yeah.
Yeah,
Zach will
They're
not
really
get a
good
chance to
people.
meet
Why?
him on New Year's Eve because he's got to do the highlights for Vikings-Packers.
Work sucks, doesn't it, Zach?
Well, I'm also pumped it's at night because I didn't have New Year's plans either.
No, it's actually a pretty good excuse to do nothing, right?
Correct.
What do you guys want to come over?
No.
Corey's going to watch the football
Right.
game. I'm going to sit on my couch and do nothing.
Yeah.
We had
New Year's Eve is overrated.
growing up, the parishes we had 0 New Year's traditions,
Right.
which is awesome.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, and I loved having 0 New Year's traditions. And then I had a son on New Year's.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I forgot that it's Turner's
we get to throw a
birthday.
party every New Year's now, which isn't horrible. At least I'm in home and I can just crawl up into my bed when I
Well, that means you really didn't make the mistake on New Year's Eve. You made the mistake 9 months earlier.
Exactly. Yes.
You didn't time that out very
a
well.
Nickelback concert in Texas, actually, as a matter of fact.
Don't tell
we
Turner
zeroed it
that.
back.
Yeah.
Don't tell Turner
Too
that you
late.
were conceived at a Nickelback show.
Jeez. Come on. All right. The Wolves won 118-110. Wait, at the concert?
Well, it doesn't even matter if it's after. If it's related to a Nickelback show, it's you got to.
We're rockers.
Oh boy.
My God.
Nickelback.
All right, perfect timing. I need Martins. Where'd she go?
I don't know.
She heard that
If
and
you
she
had your
went
notes,
home.
This would be going more smooth.
Why isn't she just walking in? Why is she just wandering the hall?
Yeah, who could she possibly be talking to? There's no one here.
Well, the Wolves won 118-110 over the Mavs, who didn't have Luka. I forgot Kyrie Irving plays on that team.
Yeah.
Does he ever play?
How about almost every team that's come to Target Center, their top star sits out?
Yeah.
They don't like us.
No.
Taylor Swift didn't come to watch the Vikings-Chief game.
LeBron didn't play.
Nobody plays when they come to Target Center. That's why we just kill everybody, and they're 13-1 at home. I mean, we can beat any team even with their stars.
Yeah, we have, yeah.
Nobody wants to play when they come to Minnesota. They just check out. They say, no thanks. I'm going to go to Mall of America. Somebody else play.
Ant had 44, and the Wolves have yet to lose back-to-back games. Hi, Marnes, all season.
Hi, Marnes.
The Wolves are 23-7. They are 13-1 at home. They battle the Lakers on Saturday at 7 o'clock.
And
so
none
tomorrow.
of the Lakers stars are going to play because nobody plays in Minnesota, Marnes. They all sit out when they come to Target Center. What's the deal?
Well, we have had a very strange schedule of catching teams on the second night of back-to-back. It started with Jimmy Butler and went all the way to Luka Doncic last night. I got some intel at Target Center last night about LeBron James.
Go on.
Having a birthday party, because it is his birthday on Saturday. I can't say where, but I did ask the host to make sure everyone was overserved the night before the game.
Well played.
Which would actually be tonight.
So birthday party tonight.
Game tomorrow. Mm-hmm.
So you know where LeBron's birthday party is tonight.
Yeah.
Dave and Buster's.
Dave and Buster's.
Dang it, Deco! You blew my cover.
Whoa. Last night's game was sweet.
Cover.
Are you going to the birthday party?
I can't say.
What you should crash it. Crash
really
LeBron's
should.
birthday party.
It's going to be at Champs in Eden Prairie.
I
That's
can't
where
you were going to be there anyway.
Yep.
Will Rosie be there?
No, he was front row last night. I don't know if you guys saw that, but Rosie sat courtside last night,
Did
2 or 3 seats
really?
down from Alex Rodriguez. Can you imagine how much money those seats cost?
Wow. Was he Johnny Manzielling it the whole time?
Oh, I mean, I can't even imagine.
And I saw a picture. Somebody sent me a picture of him. He looks like he's waiting to be executed. He looks so mad.
Oh, yeah. All the time.
Oh, what a game, though.
I mean, how does he even sit down with that Costanza wallet? He must be loaded.
He puts it in his back pocket to give him a lift.
But then, it
Sits
messes
up higher.
up your back.
Yeah, you're all crooked.
I don't know, honestly.
How does he afford those? Those have to be astronomical.
He saves so much money on dinners that
Fair.
he can pay on.
Yeah, at least you.
I got more stuff. I didn't forget my notes.
You
We
son
got
of a bitch.
Gabe coming up as well. After the
All right,
break.
Gabe Henerson in a second. More of the Power Trim Morning Show after this on The Fan.
At me now. Like
The Fan.
that's rockin' kick.
The Fan. It's time for Vikings news on the Power Trip. Presented by
Your truck accessories pro.
Mark Parrish, Jaron Hall going to start Sunday night for the Minnesota Vikings against the Green Bay Packers. Both teams still mathematically alive, but it's a massive long shot, even for the team who wins. Still need a lot of help. But Gabe Henerson from the Vikings Entertainment Network is going to join us and tell us why they made the switch. Hi, Gabe.
What's going on? How we doing?
Good. Why'd they make the switch?
When a quarterback throws, 8 interceptions in 2 games, you really have to revisit, kind of your thought process and figure out, okay, what quarterback or what player puts us in the best position to win. And at this point, of course, Josh Dobbs, he wasn't the guy a few weeks ago, and Nick Mullins just hasn't been the guy late. So you go with the hot hand right now and Jaron Hall. And I know fans have been asking for Jaron Hall the past few weeks, but now fans get him. And I believe Kevin O'Connell made a full speed decision, but also made a decision that best puts the team in a winning situation right now. So it is the Jaron Hall season indeed.
Gabe, as you look at the injury report, the one for the Packers is pretty long, but the one for the Vikings sticks out because Mekhi Blackman was limited. Theo Jackson did not practice, and Byron Murphy has not practiced all week. All 3 of them play corner or some sort of defensive back, safety, nickel back, whatever it is. Who's going to play corner?
If I had to bet, I would say if Mekhi Blackman can get out there and play, he will. He was limited yesterday in practice, which means he went through the jog through and everything. But when it came to some of the team drills, he didn't go full speed or he wasn't out there the entire time. So if he can play, I would expect Mekhi to be out there. Caleb Evans also. I know, Brian Flores put in another cornerback last week to try to figure out if this defense can get a spark. So there are a few guys that really haven't played a ton this year. But in this Brian Flores defense, when you blitz, 50% of the time, chances are you can put a cornerback there that is pretty competent, and hopefully he can make a play when the ball comes to him. So I'm expecting Mekhi to hopefully try to play, but after that, you still have a few guys that have a little bit of game experience.
Gabe, good morning, first of all.
Good morning.
When we are in a situation where we are with the Vikings this late in the season, knowing the quarterback situation, et cetera, there are a lot of fans who believe losing the rest of the games would be the best scenario for this team, as hard as that might be to say or accept. When you are with the team around the facility in their sort of living space, all of that, does that information or desire or public opinion, does that creep in? Do they hear that? Are they aware of that? Do they know that Vikings Nation, some of them are going, we got to lose?
No, yes, they hear it. To answer your essential your initial question, they hear it, but I don't. Just being the competitors that they are and understanding that they have a playoff chance, this Vikings team has a playoff chance. Those conversations don't occur, but I'll be remiss to say that these guys don't listen to the fan, or they don't, watch things on TV, or they're not realistic with, themselves. I mean, you gotta think a lot of these guys have come from different teams that only won 3 or 4 games. So they understand that, later in the year, if they know they're not in the playoff push, it's like, look, let's just figure out this seeding when it comes to draft. But at the same time, these guys are trying to get paid for next year. So the last thing they're thinking about is losing out. Like they want to get a contract and be on the team and put their best foot forward, because, these last 2 games, guys that are in their final year of their contract, they're thinking about putting their resume on tape right now so they can get that next deal next year. So I would say the competitive juices are for sure still intact, but I mean, these guys are human. They hear and they see things.
Gabe, what are your thoughts on the Jair Alexander kerfuffle?
So I get it. I get why Matt LaFleur benched him. I mean, it's not the first time that Jair has done something that has been a detriment to the team, but to go out on overtime, to go out for the coin toss where he wasn't supposed to be out there in the first place, and then to say he wants to be on defense first. Like I'm trying to put this in basketball terms, because I was watching the Wolves game last night and I saw Marney on the pregame show, and I'm just like, I guess it's like getting a jump ball, right? And basically it's seconds remaining in the game. And when you go to jump the ball, you don't jump to tip the ball to your team to get that final shot. And that's basically what Jair did. He's like, we don't want the ball because I guess we trust our defense in this case. But look, if it's basketball and there's 2 seconds left, you're going to try to get that ball. So you don't want to go against the coaches kind of say so and so forth. But at the same time, Jair, I would say he kind of put it on himself in this case.
And then he threw his coach under the bus by saying, I guess coach didn't know I was from Charlotte. He was no responsibility for.
He was born in Philly.
He completely grenaded the coin toss.
Look, guys, I'm from North Carolina also. I spent a lot of time in Charlotte.
Were you a captain?
I was not a captain.
Does Matt LaFleur know that you're from there?
Yeah.
He does not, but Matt LaFleur, if we want to go down history lane, Matt LaFleur, I do have a relationship with Matt LaFleur due to PA. Due to that between the lines a few years ago where Matt LaFleur called PA and apologized for one of his coaches saying something to PA after that game. So, yes, I didn't tell Matt that I was from Charlotte that day, but just thinking about it now, I probably should.
Maybe they'll have you call the coin toss on Sunday.
Hey, I'm deferring. I'm deferring.
What if Nick Mullins does the same thing to Jaron Hall and just runs out there and says, "No, I'm not the quarterback, but I get to call the coin toss."
I play in Minneapolis.
Yeah,
so I get to call.
Maybe KOC didn't know that. Gabe, thanks for your time, man.
Appreciate you guys.
All right, Gabe Henerson from the Vikings Entertainment Network, the VEN. Yeah, I'm definitely in that camp. A couple weeks ago, when it looked like the schedule was pretty easy, and you're like, all right, maybe Dobbs and Mullins and Hall can find a way to combine to get enough wins to get us in the postseason. It's better to make the postseason by a game than miss it by a game, but we're not going to get in. So now Sauce and I are definitely in the let's lose the last two and move on. And Lieber said it, I think, best yesterday or so. Most seasons where you want the team to lose out are unwatchable because there's nothing interesting happening because you've had so many injuries. This season was entertaining.
Yes.
Right? The Dobbs roller coaster was fun. The Mullins thing was interesting. I wouldn't say that was fun, but that was interesting. But for the most part, until the last 2 weeks, you could say this team was kind of interesting to watch. Now it's going to be a little dicey, I think, on Sunday, but I'm at least intrigued enough to watch the kid play. I think they should have done that, I don't know, as soon as he was healthy after the Dobbs thing went down. I would have gone to Hall after Dobbs, but whatever.
So if they lose, is it over? If the Vikings lose, is it over?
I think so.
Yeah.
Do they need to lose and
because
somebody else needs
the
to
Ram,
win to cement it?
I don't know. I don't know about the tiebreakers. If the Rams and the Seahawks both lose, I don't know if we would be mathematically out. If we lose and both those teams win, then
it's over.
Definitely out.
Yeah, because they can't get to 9 losses.
It doesn't matter. We have to win out and have help. So, again, 14% chance of making the postseason. Let's just make it 0 and move on.
Yeah, correct.
You know?
Get a better pick.
Yeah, get a better pick. Right, Parrish?
Amen.
Parrish gets it.
Yeah, he gets it. More of the Power Trip Morning Show after this on The Fan.
The Fan.
This is great.
Hey, Cor.
Yes, sir.
On-air production meeting, because I just looked up here. I was about to read this thing, but then I'm like, well, this is too good to just be like a regular vibe. We have a pair of tickets to give away to the Vikings-Packers game on Sunday.
That's Sunday night.
Yeah.
Who wants to go to that?
I don't want to be like, hey, like just throw away like it's, I don't want to disparage any of the other. I mean, this is prestigious stuff.
That's prestigious.
Very.
Yes.
That's an elite giveaway.
I thought you were going to say we have tickets to LeBron James's secret birthday
That
party.
would be fun. Is Marney going? Did we ever figure that out?
Yeah, she said off the air that she is.
Yeah.
And she
Have you
told us
picked
where
out?
it is.
Oh, yeah.
Is it like a cocktail dress party thing? Like we got to like dress up?
Yeah, I got one for you.
Oh, thank you.
Wow.
Yeah. Don't worry about it. I got you, Zacho. I know where you're going with
Is
this.
it
I got you.
does it match yours? So we got to show up together and
Okay.
It's a theme, yeah.
yes.
Zach, put your hands down.
I bet it's going to be a blast.
Would you go to LeBron James's birthday party if you actually knew where it was?
1,000,000,000%. In fact,
would.
if LeBron's listening,
I'm sure he is.
at Zach Halverson, ZACHHALVERSON.
Yeah, and the person I talked to said, now, Bron is looking for one more.
Yeah.
If you know anyone who loves to have a good time.
Yeah. Boy,
and I was like, will you take a Lacko?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Please take a Lacko.
Hey, Pear Bear, a couple days ago, the Minnesota Wild played at the XL Energy Center.
Yes, they did.
And there's a tradition at the X called Let's Play Hockey, where a celebrity or somebody with some regional fame gets up on the old stage and says, everybody say it with me now, let's play hockey. And the other day, they had no one do it. No one do it.
Nobody?
My sources say there was a late scratch for a couple of different reasons. Late scratch, so they said, well, who's here that could do this? And there he was, sitting press row, Zacho Halverson. And the Wild said, let's just have the PA announcer do it. Let's just move on. Let's move on without anybody doing Let's Play Hockey. So Zach had, it was like, hey, put me in, coach, I'm ready to go. And they didn't call his number.
Yeah. That does sting a little bit, eh, Zach?
It was fine.
You crying?
Everything was great.
So I think the dream.
Adam Abrams did phenomenal.
Yep, I'm sure he did.
Yep.
Marnie, you have to do Let's Play Hockey. That's preposterous that you
Kind of
have
shocked
not.
that you haven't. Yeah,
I know.
Marnie's- honestly, I am shocked about that.
How tied I am into the hockey community.
It doesn't
obvious.
matter. Again, a couple of days ago, Zach, who is a diehard Wild fan, diehard hockey fan, was sitting there. They didn't let Zach do it.
Well, wait,
you
If
have
you
to
were
be
in the
before
building,
Zach.
you'd have done it.
Wait, there's a question, though, we have for Marnie. One question, and if depending on how you answer this will depend on if you can do it or not. Have you ever compared the team's power play to Ebola?
Because Zach did once. And that's,
Specifically?
yeah,
Ebola?
you were tweeted it.
yeah, have you ever tweeted it and had your press pass
I have
revoked?
to check my history, but
have
off the
to.
top of my head, I think absolutely not.
Then you're in.
Thought
Oh, that was the
that was it.
requirement.
Yep.
worked very hard on getting those charges off the record.
Yeah. Charges
know-
or convictions, as my dad would say.
I'm well known in hockey.
Charges or convictions.
In the
Amen.
hockey community as being married to the manager of the 70th best high school hockey rink
That's pretty
in
good.
Minnesota.
Yeah.
Look at you offended.
There's a lot of tournaments going
Yeah,
on.
they were.
Hanging out there?
So the only reason I'm bringing this up, just to make it go full circle, is we weren't sure if Chris was going to be here or not due to illness, right? He was not here yesterday, but he thought maybe I could make it in today. He's not going to make it in today. He'll be back probably on Tuesday. So we needed a fourth for initials. So then my thought was, Zach's sitting right there. Do we just play three people?
Lacko.
Do we let Zach be the fourth?
Did we grab
clearly-
someone from D. Bryan's downstairs?
Well, but see, and that's an option, but I'm saying the Wild had 18,000 people to pick from, including Zach, and they said, let's pick nobody.
Nobody. Yeah.
We have a room full of rubes here. We could ignore everybody and just have the three of you play. And just have Zach sit right there.
I got it on the board anyway.
And what are we doing? What would you choose?
I'm leaning towards just the three of you, but Zach could be the fourth.
It does increase my chance.
I was going to say, I like my odds better if there's just three of us.
Which would be funny because he's replacing Chris Hockey. So today it would be Zach playing hockey. So he could actually say, let's play for hockey. HAWKY.
That is genius.
I think we should maybe just let the PA announcer do it. So we should have PA do it before
Don
he goes,
Cheadle.
before he goes to B-Dubs for the Friday Football Feast in Plymouth.
Certainly,
He's got time.
Oh, I know.
He's right around the
He's got
corner.
time. We could let Nick play.
Yeah, Nick Madden.
Yeah. John's son.
Yeah, absolutely.
I never knew.
Yeah.
Nico.
Benji's cousin.
Yeah, that could be an option.
Oh, I get it. Zach, why are you so sad?
No, I'm not sad at all. I just want to.
Of course you're sad. The Wild picked no one over you. They thought no one was a better option, and I'm never going to let this go. It's the fifth time I brought it up this week.
I don't ever question their decisions ever, and that was a good decision by them. That was good.
Well, wait.
Off-ice decisions you don't question.
Is the reason they didn't pick anybody because everyone in the building at the time had compared the power play to Ebola?
I believe all 18,000 plus had at one point.
It was 19,000 actually. 19,105.
You should tell yourself it's 18 because then that's 1,000 other
That's
people.
what Rosie says.
Why are we so mean to Roso?
Sorry.
Yeah, but there's no offense to the XL Energy Center versus Target Center, but there's no seats at the X that are that expensive, right?
No.
Like, why would you buy cheap, affordable seats?
Well, there's the On the Glass Club.
Those have to be pretty affordable, though.
comparative to like four seats, 100%.
Yeah, Rosie's not going to waste his time sitting on the glass.
Is that the best seat at a hockey game? Is front row at the ice?
Yes and no.
I know that's what a lot of people like. I can't stand it because I want to see the whole game.
It's good for an experience.
You
get
in the corners.
Club level's the best.
For one, I would never do
press
season.
box has got nice seats too. I've been that for a long time.
Yeah,
I would never do season tickets there, but I would like if you have an opportunity.
You're just wow.
Minnesota Wild, if you're listening,
You're doing a
not only-
great job.
not only is your power play,
Zach.
your power play is exactly
on
like
the
your
glass.
Bulls.
On the glass.
Now you'll
Never buy season tickets on the glass.
That's not what it's for.
Or, sorry,
just don't buy them at all. You know
Let's
what, Corey?
play hockey,
That's
guys,
for
Zach
me
Halverson.
personal. That's
Corey,
my
sure.
personal taste.
I'm
It's
excited
great.
to play the initials game,
Yeah, buy
but
it.
don't
Yeah.
buy it.
Buy every-
Don't ever buy it from Corey.
No, of course not.
Don't, you know, I'm
My
sponsored by
catchphrase.
7th Avenue Pizza, but don't buy 7th Avenue Pizza.
Buy all of it. Buy everything that we say you should buy.
I wonder why I can't get a Raising Cane's endorsement. I mean, I tell
Don't
everybody
buy
I
it.
know to not go get their chicken,
Yeah,
but they
right.
won't give me an endorsement.
No, I think you should. I wouldn't want to. Never mind.
Right. You wouldn't want to because you think it's a waste of money.
No, it's just like I'm with Paris. I guess like for most people, they're gonna like that. They're gonna love it. And I did love my one game on the glass. It was great.
But never buy season
But-
tickets.
No,
don't do that.
But Paris
Just once.
Paris point.
A Parish point.
Paris point.
Are you drunk?
Now you're never doing Let's Play
But
Hockey.
Paris isn't like on the glass. He's more of a press box guy, right?
Yeah, absolutely. You can see the
that's
whole
where
game.
he's seen most of the game.
It's where my name tag was when I was playing here. My locker was up there.
Hey, Zach, during this next break, can you tweet out all of the sections of the XL Energy Center that you would never pay your own hard-earned money to sit in?
I would pay all of the sections. 101 through
just not on the glass.
126 or 20. I don't know what they go up to, but I love them all, man.
Sounds like it.
The X is the
Except not
best
on the
place
glass.
ever. Like, you guys have no idea because you haven't been to a game in years. But
What are
there's
you talking about? We've all been there to do Let's Play Hockey. It's awesome. They treat you like a god. They
get
give
a
you a
jersey.
jersey.
Yeah.
They give you a tour.
Not
They roll
bad.
out the red carpet. There are a
park
lot of
underneath.
back slapping and free drinks. It's the greatest.
Yep.
You feel like Clooney for an hour and a half. You should try it. It's super fun.
It's super
Sounds
fun.
great. I think that's
People are
awesome.
great.
Good
The
for you guys.
feedback they roll out
It's
is
fantastic.
incredible.
They're like, right this way, Mr. Lambert.
Yeah, then we get on the mic and go, everybody, before we do Let's Play Hockey, if you bought season tickets, you're an idiot. Let's play hockey.
Nailed it, Zacho. Sauce, they picked no one. They picked no one over him, and he was sitting right there.
You were there.
They said, no one is worthy of Let's Play Hockey tonight. Let's just roll. Team's been around for like 24 years. They always have somebody do it.
Yeah. Parrish wasn't there.
Nope.
Have Benny Clymer do it. He
Yeah.
was there.
Have a guy selling popcorn do it. Have somebody do it. Nope.
Wally the Beer Man still going?
I
don't know.
He's still alive.
I think
but
he's gonna be at
he's
the
not.
feast
He's
today.
retired.
Is he really?
I think so. That's what PA tweeted.
Is he really?
Unless I dreamed that.
Oh yeah. He might have. You
That one.
I what?
You might have dreamed that. You have pretty vivid dreams.
I do. I had one that we were all supposed to be in Mankato the other day and nobody would tell me what time. It was weird.
Sounds about right.
That does sound like something I would do.
Yeah.
It's a believable dream. More of the Power Trip Morning Show, including initials, 15 minutes from now with $55,500 on the line with the St. Paul Federal Credit Union initials jackpot. We're up to game 496 today on the Power Trip. We're back after this on The Fan.
The Fan.